Good morning. Happy Sunday and welcome to Enlightened Fitness, where first we're going to use, high intensity body weight interval training to cultivate the body of a Tantric Sex God, and then we're going to use guided meditation to cultivate both the heart and the mind of a Buddha. Now, for those of you watching my talking head for the first time, I want to call your attention to the place about an inch or three below the video. There's a little button that reads Show More. When you click that, that'll reveal a list of links as long as my arm. Those links will connect you with free resources to answer all your questions about nutrition, about warming up, about the individual exercises, about how to sit, how to count your creases or your fingers, how to meditate, what enlightenment is, and all that kind of stuff. If I remember correctly, the first link you'll be exposed to will take you to a page on my website where you can find all the Enlightened Fitness videos. First, they're organized by boxes. One box has 10-minute workouts, one box has 1-minute workouts, one box has 2-minute workouts. You get the idea. Within each box, the timed workouts are organized by length of guided meditation. I don't care if you've been meditating, if this is your first time meditating, or if you've been meditating for 2 decades. This is your first time, if this is your first time meditating under my guidance, do yourself a favor. Set yourself up for success and start with just a 3-minute guided meditation. When you're comfortable with that, move on to a 6-minute guided meditation. When you're comfortable with that, move on to a 9-minute guided meditation, and you get the basic idea. Slow and steady wins the race, and all that kind of stuff. Now, doesn't matter how awesome your workouts are if you're eating garbage. That's why I'm a strong proponent of the low-fat, whole-food, plant-based diet. So we're going to start with a quick little excerpt from a really cool book called Healthy Eating, Healthy World by J. Morris Hicks. Now this fellow, bless his heart, is not a great author, but he is a cogent author and a good researcher. So the book's already covered the health benefits of the low-fat, whole-food, plant-based diet. Now it's discussing the ecological repercussions. So let's take a gander. Specifically, this portion of the book is targeting water shortage and pollution. Not only are livestock using huge quantities of water, they're also polluting it. On the traditional farm, a cow patty represents a means of returning nutrients to the soil. But the number of animals confined on factory farms defecate at quantities that far surpass the farm's ability to dispose of them. This problem has led some farms to use wholly inadequate systems of removal that have led to environmental disasters all across the country. In Eating Animals, Jonathan Foer summarizes the crux of the problem. The U.S. General Accounting Office, GAO, reports that individual CAFOs, which is another term for factory farm, can generate more waste than the populations of some U.S. cities. Amazingly, the polluting strength of the CAFO waste is 160 times greater than that of raw municipal sewage. And yet, there is almost no waste treatment infrastructure for farmed animals. No toilets, obviously, but also no sewage pipes, no one hauling it away for treatment, and almost no federal guidelines regulating what happens to it. That's very telling. The implications of human health are obvious. As David Kirby relates in Animal Factory, while human sewage is treated to kill pathogens, animal waste is not. Hog manure has 10 to 100 times more concentrated pathogens than human waste, yet the law would never permit untreated human waste to be kept in vast lagoons or sprayed onto fields, as in the case with manure. Remember that 1.37 billion tons of animal excrement produced annually in just the United States? What happens to this massive amount of dangerous animal waste? The short answer is that it ends up in our water supply. The EPA estimates that chicken, hog, and cattle excrement has already polluted thousands of miles of rivers. These assaults on the water supply have not gone unnoticed. In 1995, a malfunctioning manure lagoon at SNB Farms in Webster City, Iowa, spilled 1.5 million gallons of manure into the South Fork of the Iowa River. Within 1 week in 1998, 2 dairies in Washington State had separate spills that dumped 2 million gallons of manure into the Yakima River. In 2005, Oklahoma's Attorney General sued 13 poultry companies, claiming they had damaged one of the state's most important watersheds. A report of the Natural Resources Defense Council cites multiple abuses in 30 states. The list goes on and on. And that, my friends, is all you get today. So whether you want to eat something really hardcore, which is nothing but whole, fresh, ripe, raw, organic fruits and vegetables, with the exception of seeds, nuts, avocados, olives, and durians, which are fatty and should be eaten sparingly, or you want the simple, easy version of low-fat, whole-food, plant-based diets, eating that way ensures health, beauty, lucidity, longevity, as well as the happiness of both our planet and its other denizens, the animals with which we share Earth. Okay, now let's work out. Okay, my friends, let's warm up our body by doing 2 repetitions of Indian-inspired 12-phase sun salutation. Today I intend to lead you through 5 circuits consisting of 5 exercises each. We're going to begin with heel squats, and you can do them off the edge of the bed, you can do them all the way down, you can do single leg heel squats depending upon your fitness level. Okay, now let's do jumping squats. First set. Now let's do elevated tent presses. Let's do some thrusts. First set of thrusts. Woo. Now, the first set of chin straps. Second circuit, this time twin leg heel squats. Notice there's no jump with the heel. Now, second jumping toe squats. And now, second set of tent presses. And now, second set of thrusts. Second set of strap chins. Third set of non-jumping heel squats. Quick rule of thumb, if the hands are in front of you, there's no jumping. buns of steel. Now it's time for jumping toe squats. Third set. Now it's time for tent press. Third thrust. Third set of strap chins. Fourth set of heel squats. Fourth set of toe squats. Fourth set of tent presses, popularized by Bruce Lee in his book, The 3-Inch Punch, which should not be confused with a Hawaiian punch, because that's completely different. Fourth set of core thrusts. Fourth set of strap chins. Fifth and final circuit. Heel squats. 5th toe squats. Fifth, tent press. And no, Beavis and Butthead, it has nothing to do with pinching a tent. Fifth, core thrust. Fifth and final, strap chins. We're going to take a moment to move the yoga blanket. Now it's time to grab this space here. Whew. Water, beverage of choice. Now, can I put on the glasses without steaming them up from my bushy eyebrows? That is the question that tries men's hearts. Okay, let's turn to the Dhammapada's 18th chapter that concerns itself with impurity. You are as the yellow leaf. The messengers of death are at hand. You are to travel far away. What will you take with you? You are the lamp to lighten the way. Then hurry, hurry. When your light shines without impurity or desire, you will come into the boundless country. Your life is fading away. Death is at hand. Where will you rest on the way? What have you taken with you? You are the lamp to lighten the way. Then hurry, hurry. When your light shines purely, you will not be born, and you will not die. As a silversmith sifts dust from silver, remove your own impurities little by little. Or as iron is corroded by rust, your own mischief will consume you. Neglected, the sacred verses rust. For beauty rusts without use. The end, unrepaired, that house falls into ruin, and the watch without vigilance fails. In this world and the next, there is impurity and impurity. When a woman lacks dignity, when a man lacks generosity. But the greatest impurity is ignorance. Free yourself from it. Be pure. Life is easy for the man who is without shame. Impudent as a crow, a vicious gossip, vain, meddlesome, dissolute. But life is hard for the man who quietly undertakes the way of perfection. With purity, detachment, and vigor, he sees light. If you kill, lie, or steal, commit adultery, or drink, you dig up your own roots. And if you cannot master yourself, the harm you do turns against you grievously. You may give in the spirit of light, or as you please. But if you care how another man give, or how he withholds, you trouble your quietness endlessly. These envying roots, destroy them, and enjoy a lasting quietness. There is no fire like passion. There are no chains like hate. Illusion is a net, desire a rushing river. How easy it is to see your brother's faults. How hard to face your own. You winnow his in the wind like chaff, but yours you hide. You cheat, like a cheat covering up an unlucky throw. Dwelling on your brother's faults multiplies your own. You are far from the end of your journey. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. See how you love whatever keeps you from your journey. But the Tathagatas, the Buddhas, they who have gone beyond, have conquered the world. They are free. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. All things arise and pass away, but the awakened awake forever. Well, that was a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to give you a quick little nutshell recap. The question is not, do you have desires, or do you have aversions? We all do. After all, we desire air, and we don't like, I don't know, dog poo. The problem is not the presence of our aversions or our avarice. The question is the tyranny. Do our hates and desires control us? Do they control our thoughts, our words, our actions? So let's be free. Let's be free from the tyranny and cut the puppet strings that have kept us stuck in the swamp of samsara. Now let's get to the guided meditation. Yesterday our guided meditation was approximately 15 minutes. Today's guided meditation will be approximately 18. That's right, 3 more minutes. There's going to be a whole bunch of review, and there's going to be one new set of contemplations. First review is the Buddhist Tantric version of alternate nostril breathing. Left hand in lap, palm up, right hand in left, palm up, thumbs do not touch. On the in-breath we're going to ask, or we're going to intend in through left, and the out-breath we're going to intend out through right. This exercise was explained in great detail in a previous lesson. If you're lost at this point, then go and restart at a previous lesson or the first lesson in the series. In through right, out through left. In through both, out through both. In through left, out through right. Don't forget to breathe deeply. In through right, out through left. In through both, out through both. Today's second set of contemplation, oopsie, I'm a little too quick on the draw, so embarrassed, that's never happened before. We're going to switch now to the one symbol paradigm, left, right. Right, left. All right, now it's time to concern ourselves with the second set of contemplations. This is the new stuff for today. One of the things I love about the Buddhism when it's taught properly is the utter lack of dogma. To choose explained in Buddhism should be self-apparent. For instance, impermanence. You don't need some old, crusty lama like myself telling you about impermanence when your eyes can see it all around you. Every time we see the seasons change, we see the impermanence of a year. Every time we see the moon wax or wane, we see the impermanence of a month. Every day we see the sunrise or the sunset, we see the impermanence of a day. Right now, you can take a deep breath and feel your chest swell. You can release the breath and feel your chest sink. And so you can observe the impermanence of a moment. That is why it is written, ever-changing one and all, there is nothing permanent to grasp. My first stepfather used to say, if you slip and fall on a banana peel, that's comedy. However, if I slip and fall on a banana peel, that's tragedy. Being self-centered by nature, no manifestation of impermanence sobers us as much as the thought of the inevitability of our own demise. Now, if you're crass, like myself, you'll be aware of the phrase, don't get caught with your pants down. Same thing applies to death. The less we think about death, the more it'll take us by surprise. The more we cunningly plan for the inevitability of our own death, the more we will be able to face it when it does arrive with peace and love and wisdom. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're not the only humans in the universe. We aren't the only living beings who face our own death. Everyone dies. And so we lovingly cultivate the intention that when every living being does come to its end, it takes an immediate and auspicious rebirth. Without getting stuck in dogma, we're just going to leave it at that. So in the in-breath, we intend give to each, on the out-breath, great rebirth. Let's do that now. And now, let's turn our attention to ourselves. Great rebirth on the in-breath, out through crown on the out-breath. And there's the idea that our very subtle mind lives at our heart, either in the shape of a mustard size or in the shape of a letter H. And it shoots up our central channel, out our crown, and then by leaving through our crown, it takes a very auspicious rebirth. The principle behind it is that by stimulating our crown chakra, it helps us to experience more peace and let go, and increase our ability to let go during the death process. One of the greatest problems with the death process is we're scared to leave our bodies behind, and we have a tendency to grasp at it, which makes the whole dying process more difficult and traumatic. But if we say, okay, I'm dying, I'm going to leave through the crown of my head with the intention of taking an auspicious rebirth, that's a much more positive way to exit stage left. So, great rebirth, out through crown. The next contemplation is all about energy work. We're going to, on the in-breath, we're going to ask, where crown Om, little teeny tiny white syllable Om. On the out-breath, we're going to intend releasing. Where crown Om, releasing. Now we are going to play with a one-syllable version of the exercise, Om free. Remember to breathe deep and relax on the out-breath. Now we're going to switch to spontaneous awareness. Noticing, relaxing. because if we wish to transition through death as skillfully as possible, there comes a time when we must relinquish all control. This ease and that's the new stuff for today. Now it's time to review the union of analysis and letting go that we explored yesterday. We're going to use the word body. We're going to use the idea of body, but we're going to slim it down to one syllable and call it bod. How is bod dependent? How could bod always change? How could bod not be me? How could bod be funny? If you don't know how your body is funny, ask a 3-year-old, they'll tell you. Grin with lips, releasing. We return to spontaneous awareness, noticing, relaxing. This ease. Now let's review the Anapanasati, or the mindfulness with breathing. How long breath? Releasing. long breath, releasing. Remember, these are rhetorical questions. Breath free. Now let's play with the metta meditations that intend to lavish everyone with great joy. How joy good, releasing. How joy feel, releasing. Now to me, give great joy. Now to some, give great joy. Now to all, give great joy. Now to each, give great joy. each joy Let's continue. Let's try this again. Let's try English. Let's conclude today's guided meditation with a simple version of Vipassana's union of awareness and letting go. It's known as Soto Zen in Japan, Shan in China, and Dzogchen in some corners of Tibet. What's seeing, releasing. What hearing, releasing. What feeling, releasing. How could this be funny? Grin with cheeks, releasing. Noticing, relaxing. This ease. that concludes this morning's guided meditation. I now invite you to join me for a gentle set of geriatric yoga called Untying the Heart's Knots. This is a gift that comes to us through the Gelug sect of Tibetan Tantric Buddhism. Please sit erect and lace your hands behind your tush. Please open your chest and twist to the left. While you give wise, releasing. Please reverse. Now to each, give wisdom. Back to center. Please release the hands, place them in the lap, swing the mountain overhead, please bend to the left. Why give peace, releasing. Please reverse. Now to each, give great peace. Back to center. Let's make our way into downward facing fetal position, which is of course also known as child's pose. Give to each, love for all. Please curl your hands into fists and place the knuckles of your hands upon the yoga blanket and place just above your knees as if you were going to punch. Rapidly straighten your arms and ride the momentum into the seated samurai position. That's also known as lion's pose. Please lace your hands behind your tush, open your chest, drop your head, roll your gaze up. Please release your hands. Please cup your palms, press your hands together gently so the center of each palm is hovering for the upper third of your chest. Please relax your shoulders down and use your hands to press into a twist to the left. Why give joy? Releasing. Back to center, relax the shoulders down, press the hands into a right turning twist. Now to each give great joy. Back to center. Relax the shoulders down. Hands on the mat or the yoga blanket. In preparation for cat-cow asana. Open mouth, slack jaw. Now to each give great joy. Please stand up. Place all your weight upon the major and minor ball of each foot behind the big and little toe. Heels actually off the yoga blanket. Subtle bend in the knees. Hips thrust forward. Hands laced behind the tush. Open chest, drop head, roll gaze up. How could this be funny? Grin with eyes, releasing. Noticing, relaxing. This is the point where we typically recite the 3 final recitations. These are recorded at the end of each lesson in a PDF entitled First Set of Lesson Texts, which you can download from the link below this videos, the link that takes you to the class materials page. I promise you, if you recite those 3 recitations once every morning, once every night, within a matter of weeks or months, you will have accidentally memorized them. Together, let's perform 2 repetitions of Indian-inspired 12-phase sun salutation. By this virtue may I now accomplish the spontaneous, habitual, easy, and effective mastery of Buddha's mental yogas, of wisdom, peace, love, and joy, and now lead every living being without exception to this ground. May everyone be healthy, wealthy, and happy. May everyone practice skillfully and joyfully. May everyone accomplish Chandra in this life, and then help many others do likewise. For truly that is the meaning of life. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let's conclude with 2 repetitions of Vietnamese inspired bows. May I always be cared for throughout all my lives by the Buddha of compassion emanating as my kind teacher. And as such may I always enthusiastically and joyfully tread this excellent path praised by the conquerors. Well, my friends, I thank you for your time and your kind attention, as well as your support and your enthusiasm to practice these exercises, these guided meditations twice daily. That you and yours be healthy and happy. Om Mani Padme Hum. Before you go, I'd like to remind you to click the subscribe button, as well as the like button and the share button. Hey, remember those links I told you about below the video? You could use one of those links to help keep this monk fed, which would be quite lovely. but not at all mandatory. If you have a poor budget and you can't afford to give, no problem. Please continue to use all the free materials. That would be awesome. There's another link you could use to register for the next series of live weekly webinars. When do they begin? Monday, the 6th of May. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.